Here's your news from March 25th, 2020. We're starting today with news from WrestleMania as several matches for the Showcase of the Immortals have been changed. On Raw this week, it was announced that the Street Profits will defend their Raw Tag Team titles against Angel Garza and United States Champion Andrade, but this was not the original plan. According to Dave Meltzer on the latest edition of Wrestling Observer Radio, the original plan was for Andrade to defend the title against Rey Mysterio, but this has changed as the former world champion is unavailable. Meltzer said, "There were a lot of different ideas, multiple different ideas for US title matches. From last week, the main idea was probably going to be Andrade and Rey. Rey is in quarantine, so he's off the show. You've got to be safe rather than sorry for sure." As for the Street Profits, Meltzer said that the pair were expected to defend their titles against the AOP, but that match was nixed after Rezar tore his bicep. Yesterday we reported that Dana Brooke had been removed from the SmackDown Women's Championship Six-Pack Challenge at WrestleMania, and now Meltzer has explained why the fitness enthusiast won't be competing. He said, "She's in quarantine right now. They don't want to take any chances. They pulled her from the match because she's sick. They're concerned, so there you go, she's in quarantine." Needless to say, this year's WrestleMania will be much different than the one fans expected just a few months ago, and while it'll go down in history, it probably won't be for the reasons that WWE want. Though WrestleMania 36 has been affected by what's happening in the world right now, the Showcase of the Immortals is just one show out of a huge week of WWE content that has also been moved. Before these changes, the original plan was for NXT Takeover Tampa Bay to take place on April 4th at the Amalie Arena, but this has been cancelled due to CDC guidelines to avoid large gatherings. Prior to the cancellations, the only match confirmed for the show was a six-woman #1 contender ladder match, and just because the show is off, that doesn't mean this match won't take place. Justin Barrasso of Sports Illustrated reported that all matches planned for TakeOver Tampa Bay will now air over April, and this was later confirmed on social media by WWE themselves, who also promoted an appearance by Triple H for tonight's show. Barrasso also noted that these TakeOver matches will start from the April 1st episode of NXT, and with rumored bouts including Johnny Gargano vs Tommaso Ciampa and NXT champion Adam Cole vs Velveteen Dream, there will be plenty of reasons for fans to tune in to the USA Network. One superstar who fans won't see at the NXT episodes or at WrestleMania 36 is Ember Moon, as the self-professed war goddess has been out of action since the September 23rd edition of Raw with an Achilles injury. This week, the former NXT Women's Champion took to Twitter to update fans about her condition, revealing that the therapy center she's been visiting has been closed down indefinitely, leaving Moon to perform her own Achilles therapy sessions at home. Hopefully, this won't cause the return of the War Goddess to be delayed, as Ember remains one of the most talented stars in the company's women's division, despite some questionable booking since her main roster call-up. We are sticking with WWE's women's division now, as at WrestleMania, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch will put her title on the line against Shayna Baszler. Given how vicious both women have been in recent weeks, this feud has unsurprisingly been prominently featured on the Red brand, and, according to reports, the man may be prepping for her second consecutive WrestleMania main event. On Twitter, WrestleVote said that a source told them that it wouldn't be surprising if the Man and the Queen of Spades headlined the first night of WrestleMania on April 4th, and that both the Saturday and Sunday shows are expected to have 8 matches each. As of right now, there's 13 matches confirmed for the Mania card, and with the show of shows still a week and a half away, there's not much time for more matches to make it to the biggest show of the year. Speaking of the WrestleMania card, there may not be much time for more matches to be added to the show, but that may all change this Friday. On this week's SmackDown, Drew Gulak will meet Shinsuke Nakamura in singles action, with the stipulation being that if Gulak wins, Daniel Bryan will receive an Intercontinental title match at WrestleMania against Sami Zayn. This is certainly an interesting stipulation for the show, and it looks like it may be a matter of time until the Eco Warrior regains the title he was forced to vacate in 2015. Now, we all know that this year's WrestleMania isn't what the company had planned mere months ago, but that hasn't stopped WWE from trying to make it an event to remember. While speaking on the latest edition of PW Insider Elite Audio, Mike Johnson gave a hint at what other matches could be added, as he said, "I was told to expect more matches to WrestleMania, believe it or not. I was told to expect some random sorta zany matches announced. That's what I was told earlier today. With the show just days away, there's currently no match announced for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, so maybe Miz and Morrison will get to have the weekend off on April 4th and April 5th. That being said, there's still 2 editions of the Blue brand before WrestleMania weekend, so fans can expect at least one tag team to step up to the Dirt Sheet champions in the coming weeks. We are looking back at this week's Raw now. As though the WWE is trying to provide content during this unpredictable time, the fans didn't tune in this week. According to Showbuzz Daily, this week's episode drew an average 2 million viewers, the lowest number for Monday Night Raw in 2020. For comparison, last week's show brought in 2.34 million, which was not only the first Raw to take place without the audience, but also a significant increase on the week prior, which averaged 2.16 million. It's hardly surprising that the ratings are struggling given the global situation which is happening right now, and hopefully the viewing figures will increase once things get back to normal. While Raw failed to get the fans to tune in this week, the same can't be said for ESPN, which did very well with their own WWE content this week. With ESPN airing classic WrestleMania events for the next 3 weeks, this past Sunday's airing of WrestleMania 30 drew 839,000 viewers according to F4W Online, the highest-rated program on ESPN for the entire weekend. Fans will remember that the 2014 show saw Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, and The Rock share the ring, Daniel Bryan finally defeat The Authority, as well as The Undertaker's streak being conquered by Brock Lesnar. So it's hardly surprising that fans tuned in to relive the truly historic event. Back to WrestleMania 36 now, as for the first time ever, this year's show will be taped in advance. While the company is allowed to continue producing content at their performance center, this rule could always change in these unpredictable times, so it makes sense for the WWE to film their biggest show of the year ahead of time. Of course, filming shows ahead of schedule increases the chance of spoilers, though it seems like the WWE are taking precautions against any results being leaked. During PW Insider Elite Audio, Mike Johnson explained how WWE plans on limiting spoilers, as he said, "They're using such a small crew that I pretty much believe that those who are there on site will probably be too paranoid to want to really go into detail about what's going on." Even though this year's show isn't what WWE had hoped for, WrestleMania 36 will still be a huge weekend for the company, so hopefully the WWE will be able to avoid spoilers leaking online when they film the show of shows this week. We are taking a break from WWE to look at All Elite Wrestling now, as on last week's edition of Dynamite, Matt Hardy made his long-rumored debut for the company. It didn't take long after Matt's debut for AEW merchandise to appear under his name, and the new All Delete Wrestling shirt is doing particularly well. On Twitter, Hardy confirmed that the shirt was the highest-selling shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees last week, as fans are clearly behind the former ECW World Champion in his new home in AEW. Time will tell just how far Hardy's career goes in the new promotion, but after months of being used as either a jobber or Randy Orton's punching bag in WWE, things can only get better for the Woken One in his new home. Back to WWE now, and given everything that's happened in the world today, the company could possibly be facing some worrying financial times. After all, the company is set to lose a lot of money by not having WrestleMania at its original venue in Tampa, Florida, and this pay-per-view could be the first of many that the company may have to hold without a live crowd. Fortunately, this week the company has filed a Form 8K with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which should keep the company in the money during this stressful period. While the form has a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo, the gist of it is that the WWE will now be able to perform with more liquidity while being able to keep investors more up to date with how the business is doing. Vince McMahon himself has entered into a variable prepaid contract, and while everyone hopes this global situation will be over soon, the WWE's CEO is certainly taking serious measures to protect his company. We're moving on from wrestling to the world of football now, as the revamped XFL has had its first season called off in accordance with public health guidelines. Though the season didn't last as long as Vince McMahon hoped due to factors out of his control, several players were able to impress viewers, with 2 major players being signed to NFL teams. Jordan Ta'amu, who played as the quarterback for the St. Louis Battlehawks, has signed with the Kansas City Chiefs, while the Carolina Panthers have signed a reported 2-year deal with Houston Roughnecks quarterback PJ Walker. In the announcement where the XFL called off their first season, the new alternative to the NFL has promised that they will be back next year, but it appears their roster will be quite a bit lighter when they do make a return to TV screens. And finally today we're ending with some much-needed positivity, and one person who is trying to make the world a better place right now is Rusev. On Instagram, the Bulgarian brute quoted a saying from his homeland that reads, "It's not a lot, but it's from the heart," and revealed that he has pledged $20,000 to any WWE staff who are struggling right now. This includes any production staff or security who are currently unable to work, in what is a truly selfless act by the three-time former United States champion. It's been a while since fans have seen Rusev on WWE TV, as the Bulgarian continues to negotiate a new contract with the company, but it's clear that Rusev is trying his hardest to help out the WWE staff during this worrying time.